Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for being here, for stopping on in, clicking the video. Hope that you're having a beautiful day so far. Even over here, moving slowly into the afternoon, gently into the afternoon, in which we will be inviting up plenty of storms. We're going to be listening to the band Suit of Lights. We're taking a listen to this track, Halfway Houses of the Holy, which just brings to mind Led Zeppelin when I had pulled this up. This album being released in 2009. We're checking this out as this was suggested and sponsored by Joe. Joe, thank you so much for the recommendation. Thank you so much for the support as well. I appreciate that. I can't say that I've heard of the band, even though, like I said, the album title reminds me a little bit of, or the song title reminds me a little bit of Led Zeppelin. So let's go ahead and dive on in. What could we be in store for? There's one way to find out. Let's go ahead and dive in. We'll discuss it a little bit after. You would have thought that I would have pulled up the music here ready to go, but I did not. It's loading. It's loading. We're here. Nice big riff.
The winds of changes are a blowing, a painful groan, a sick cologne, a single tone between the right and wrong. The praying hand of molestation will pray for your salvation. Your heart falls apart, broke foundation. Welcome to your purgatory.
I like those keys.
You constructed it yourself. You're living in the halfway houses of the holy, sucking all of the glory. But all the shame you will despair under the flock of the adoring.
Big riff, man.
And so many will die on the run. The world that turned, the house they burned, they shake the urn, they hold the dead horse ash. Whisper me not into temptation, to faithful congregation. You're doing your part for creation. Can't find your way back to the shores of Acheron. Service for pain, another whore of Babylon. Welcome to
I wish that went on a little longer. I like that
glory.
segment there.
And you constructed it yourself. You're living in the halfway houses of the holy. Sample mom and Timothy. 'Cause there ain't room enough in hell. And I've been having all the story.
I like that pickup there a lot. All right. This was like a good, solid rock track that you could put on the radio, and I feel like this would get some hits and some attention. It's a small thing, but I really like that little kind of glitchy transmission-like keys that's playing there in the beginning and throughout a lot of the track here. The bip, 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 that little electronic blip. It's just like a nice little extra melody on top of, the guitar and the bass and the drums and the vocals. Like, it's just another little extra thing just to kind of, grab your melodic attention. I think that sounds really good. That's going to be on the keys, Dino Cavelli. Lead vocals by Joe Derone, and handling the keys as well. Actually, there's quite a few of them credited with keys on the album here. And I really like his voice as well. Can I tell you, in listening to his singing, I mean, we only listened to one track from the band, so I can't say. But he has a voice that for some reason it reminds me of like he would fit in really well with like a progressive rock band because there's a certain expressiveness that I feel like he could handle and he does handle in this track while also hitting like a nice kind of not aggression because there's nothing really aggressive about the way he sings, but there's a sense of theatricality in the way he presents. He kind of sounds like a showman and not overly dramatically so, but he just sounds like he could very well conduct a symphonic rock band. I don't know, or like a progressive rock band. I don't know why it's making me think that, but I like his vocals a lot, and I think that they work really well in this track. Like I said, not aggressive, not theatrical, but they have there's something about them that I feel like he would fit in very well with like a modern prog band. The drums, James Cluz, some nice fills in there, but I really like that big opening riff as well, and how we return to that a few times. That bum 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 bum. That's just a nice big slap in the face that makes you feel good after. I guess a good kind of slap in the face. And then there was this moment, a tiny little segment that I wish was a little bit longer, to be honest. Let me see if I can find that really quick. I wasn't looking exactly when it happened. Here. Okay. I wish that went on a little bit longer rather than that quarter measure, whatever, excuse me, whatever it was. Because the guitar, before even, it kind of hinted like there were some scratchier tones that it was playing around with. And right there, it seemed like it was going to kind of fully investigate that particular file and open it up. And we're going to see what's going on inside. Because I really like that scratchy guitar and the way that it kind of adds this texture over everything. And especially when the bass right behind it is providing this really cool groove, the ba 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 ba. That could have like truly gone into something big. Bass is going to be performed by Trevor Dunn. I really wish that had gone on longer. Because to me, like, yeah, I like the keyboards. Yes, I like that big riff from the guitar. But this was actually the coolest part of the track. Rather than just like this little part of a transition, I really kind of wish that was expanded so we could see what the band was going to cook up in that particular direction. But man, it was not meant to be. It was not meant to be. But I enjoyed that nonetheless. Like I said, that's a quick alternative rock, perfect kind of track to kind of get you in, get you out, and make you feel good on the way out and the way in. The winds of changes are blowing, a painful groan, a sick cologne, a single tone between the right and the wrong. And I like how he says a single tone, and you do kind of have that single-toned keyboard underneath this. The praying hands of molestation will pray for your salvation. Your house falls apart, broke foundation. Welcome to your purgatory, and you've constructed it yourself. You're living in the halfway houses of the holy, sucking all of the glory, but all of the shame you will dispel onto the flock of the adoring. And so many will die unknowing the world that turned, the house they burned. Like they won't even live to see the effects of what they've caused. They shake the urn that holds the dead horse ash, whisper, lead not into temptation to faithful congregation. You're doing your part for creation. Can't find your way back to the shores of Acheron. Service for pay, another whore of Babylon. Welcome to your purgatory, and you constructed it yourself. You're living in the halfway houses of the holy. You've done this to yourself. Semper memento mori, because there ain't enough room, or ain't room enough in hell, and heaven is another story. Like, you're not going to either. You've messed this up. You're not, in a sense, like you're not deserving of either there. And I like how, when he says the winds of change are blowing, I like how he says a sick cologne. Like something that smells good, or it should smell good, but there's also something sickly about it. And then the house that falls apart, well, the foundation was never constructed properly. It was always destined to fall. And you've constructed this purgatory yourself, sucking all of the glory and all the shame you dispel. I almost read like this from a criticism of like a religious leader who takes all the glory for themselves and dispel shame to the listeners to make them feel bad, make them feel like sinners, and so they kind of come back. It's like a painful, near abusive cycle, taking advantage of others in that particular way. That's how I kind of read that, and that's how I'm kind of getting this halfway house of the holy, like it's a halfway house. It's a purgatory. Yeah, it's not. I got that. It is a sense of purgatory, a sense of being in the middle ground. I gotcha. I gotcha. I see what's happening here. Let me know what you guys thought down below in the comments. I appreciate you all being here. Joe, thank you so much for the recommendation as well. I appreciate that. Hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. Come back tomorrow. I'll see you later. Bye, guys.